Okay, hello folks, I'm good. Today in this video I'll be painting this dreamy secret garden, floating garden for you, and as I start this process, one of the biggest problems, as you can see, is for me personally is color. With this painting process, I hopefully you can see the progressions my attempts to make things better. You can see that as I'm blending these colors, and make sure that you stick till the end so I can kind of show you what exactly the kind of paints, if you're interested in following along, that I'm using. So a little bit of gray and white blending back and forth, inspired a little bit by the style of LEA painting. So if you guys are a huge fan of painting, just be sure to watch this video. It's great art piece there. So I'm just kind of blending these colors together using a stencil brush. This is a stencil, Martha Stores stencil brush. I'm kind of using it to blending these neutral colors. So that at the end of the day, you want to be able to, basically hang this on a wall. So here's a little bit of gold leaf, which is always a challenge in terms of control, but I took a little piece of that and applied it on top of this painting and let it dry for a few hours, and came back. I think it was just the next day. It's a struggle. It's always been my issue learning to pick the right color, but I keep pressing on, with this little bit of pink color I'm using, starting with a bit of white color, and painting the backdrop of kind of indicating the tree. A little bit darker and darker, applying a little bit of purple. As you can see, always kind of every once in a while you kind of take a step back as you paint and kind of look and overall feel of the process and see, am I on the right track, basically. So that's what I'm doing here. And I haven't when I painted this piece that you see, it's been about 2 months that I just couldn't paint because I was in the process of moving my house, and finally got a new place and move all that stuff in and try to get back into the routine of things. And here I'm just going to use the spatula, a palette knife here, using the tip of it, mixing a little bit of black and gray, and just trying to apply this in this little bit of section. I'm trying to suggest a little bit of floating island. Just to create this piece, and kind of eyeballing it, making sure the overall proportion and shape are in the right place, and just kind of scraping it in a little bit with the tip of this palette knife, and just making some a little bit of detail here, and I think I've waited another day to let it dry. And here, finally applying some dark green. And if you stick around till the end, I'll show you the actual paint color that I've used for those of you who wants to follow along. But gently just kind of dabbing it into place, and starting with a little dark green and then adding some lighter green to it. And here, little pathways, dreamy pathways that I wanted to just kind of blend in. A little bit of adding some more brown to the white and gray pathway. And moving on to, I wanted to add some little bit of highlight of a sunset. I like this little highlight look. Of course, this paint has already been dried for about a day, and then it's kind of time-lapsing it, adding some yellow. And on top of that, using a dry brush technique. I'm not using any water here, just dry brushing it with this small blending brush I'm using. And just cleaning it often. And then after I apply the yellow, I'm applying the little bit of orange on top of that, and the little reflection part of it on the pathways. And I didn't really like the overall color of the tree, which is more like a pink, but I want it to be more of a purple, so I'm just adding a little bit of purple. Again, using a little bit of no water, little dry brushing technique to just kind of dabbing all this into place on the side. And also I'm just always as I'm painting it, I'm stepping back a couple of feet, just kind of looking at the overall composition in terms of color, whether it looks good or not. And I like this purple look, so starting with a dark purple and getting a little bit lighter and lighter by adding some white color to it, and just here and there just eyeballing it, not too much, just here and there, just making sure that there's a little overall balance. And here we are back finally to the highlight of this composition, mixing the black and white, basically a lot of water just to kind of make sure the paint flows better. And here we are using a tiny brush, any kind of brush you have, that's fine. I think this is a size 1 paintbrush that I'm using. Just a little bit of I guess a little bit more detail, but nowadays unlike the way I've done in the past, a little bit of time lapse here, I like to paint a little bit loose painting is what I like, just I used to be really detailed with my painting in terms of trying to be photorealistic, but I kind of moved on from that. Gazebo is what I'm painting on top of this floating rock, if you will, and just kind of visualizing in my head what it would look like in a dreamy state where we have this place that we can all go to, kind of fall back on. And on tip of this palette knife, where this flat, I'm really bad with straight lines, so why not just to kind of use this as straight line blade, a tip of the blade, to create this ladder where we can climb to this island, floating island where this gazebo is located. So little ladder is what I'm trying to suggest, and with a little bit of white color here, I'm just gonna, I thought nice to have a little waterfall, a little bit of waterfall, dreamy waterfall that's just kind of cascading down this floating rock, and just kind of here and there eyeballing it back and forth, just kind of adding it and using my little finger to suggest to making it just kind of fall, blend it into place. I'm not using a lot of water, as you can see, just I like this dry look, better control, and a little bit of a light blue that I'm adding, and let's just add a little bit more water cascading down to simulate that water just symbolizes life and just looks good overall against the backdrop of the sunset. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more foliage, green and dark green here and there on the edge of this floating rock, floating island, whatever you want to call that. I just want to add that in there, and you know, a little greenery. And here I got a signing my name here, just making sure that it's the lower left-hand corner there. And is it a perfect painting? Well, no, but you know, it's again, you know, beginning of this. Here's that floating rock, the gazebo look, and right side of the upper right side of the painting. Again, paying attention to overall look and feel, beige combined with gold. And I've wanted to always paint something that you want to hang on a wall. You want to be able to hang in your room, admire it. 8x10 canvas is what I used, as you can see, and I let it dry, you know. And this, am I 100% happy? Not really, but you know, for my first painting after about 2 months of hiatus, you know, I hope you guys like this piece as much as I enjoy painting them for you. But here's a little bonus painting, a little white, a little beige, a little multi-surface painting that I used, a little gray here and black as a background. And these are the actual paint that I use for the subject matter, the foreground, a little dark green and a little lighter green. They have a specific name, of course, but you guys can take a look for those of you who want to follow along. And for the sunset setting, these are the paintings that I've used.